It was heralded as a golden era of relations between the UK and China. President Xi Jinping honoured with a state visit. But 5 years on, that vision is losing its shine. Britain furious at what it sees as China's assault on Hong Kong with a new security law.
This is a grave and deeply disturbing step. I have the depressing but necessary duty to report to the House that the enactment of this legislation imposed by the authorities in Beijing on the people of Hong Kong constitutes a clear and serious breach of the joint declaration. It is a sad day for the people of Hong Kong, and one which can only undermine international trust in the Chinese government's willingness to keep its word and live up to its promises. For our part, Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister and the government are crystal clear. The United Kingdom will keep its word. We will live up to our responsibilities to the people of Hong Kong.
That means offering nearly 3 million eligible residents and their families the option to leave their city for a new life in the UK. A big gesture for a government brought to power in part on a pledge to shrink immigration. But Hong Kong is a special case. It was handed back to China exactly 23 years ago, after more than 1.5 centuries of British rule. The ceremony founded on a pledge to guarantee its freedoms for another 50 years. But the UK accuses China of violating the one country, two systems principle.
What's actually happened is a complete overturning of the whole concept of one country, two systems, of a high degree of autonomy from Hong Kong, the destruction of the basic law, which was China's own constitution for Hong Kong. All that's been scrapped and it's been replaced by a sort of Orwellian law. It's an extraordinary, all straight out of 1984.
Worst fears realised for pro-democracy protesters. They've railed for years against what they see as creeping control from Beijing. Not so, says China, framing its legislation as justified to keep the peace.
The right to protest and demonstrate, the freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, etc., are fully protected under this national security law and the basic law. Why? Because this national security law is only targeting 4 categories of offenses, that is terrorism, sedition, secession, and also collusion with foreign powers or foreign interests to achieve these above 3 categories of offenses. I don't think the majority of the people of Hong Kong want to be guilty of these offenses, and I don't think the British government seriously wants to support these 4 offenses.
Neither side is backing down on Hong Kong. This territory, once again a flashpoint between London and Beijing. Deborah Haynes, Sky News.